Have you ever had the feeling that you are playing a role? As if the person you show to the world is not exactly you? Maybe you look in the mirror, and for a brief moment, you don't recognize yourself. Or perhaps you spend the whole day fulfilling obligations, smiling, responding to messages, saying everything is fine, when in reality, something inside is silently crumbling. If this sounds familiar, then listen closely. You are not going crazy. You are awakening. Franz Kafka did not write to entertain. He wrote to expose the absurdity of modern existence, the silent pain of those who live without knowing why. His characters are not sick or lost. They are you. They are the raw and visceral representation of a human being crushed by a world that demands answers but never offers meaning. Kafka does not give you comfort. He gives you a mirror. A distorted mirror, yes, but only because the reality it reflects is already deformed by nature. He writes about men who wake up transformed into monsters, about bureaucracies that oppress without reason, about unreachable castles. But deep down, what he is saying is something very simple, and at the same time, brutal. You're not who you think you are, and this, if you have the courage, can be the beginning of everything. And the truth is this: your identity, your routine, your plans, your certainties. Perhaps all of this has been built to protect you from the pain of not knowing who you really are. But ignoring that pain will not make it disappear. It will only bury it deeper until the day it explodes, as happened with Kafka and with so many others who realized too soon that the life they were living was not theirs. So I ask you, how many more days do you intend to live as if you were someone else? Kafka once wrote, "Beyond a certain point, there is no return. This is the point that must be reached. And perhaps, just perhaps, that point is now." When Gregor Samsa wakes up and discovers that he has transformed into a monstrous insect, he does not scream, he does not panic, he does not question whether it is real. He only worries about being late for work. Take a moment to think about that. This is the Kafkaesque tragedy. The grotesque transformation of the body is less disturbing than the absurd pressure to keep functioning in a system that does not care who you are, only what you do. Kafka exposes dehumanization with surgical coldness. In the metamorphosis, the trial, the castle, he does not present us with clear villains or comforting solutions. He places us in front of dead-end mazes where the individual is crushed by invisible and impersonal structures, and where suffering does not come from the malice of the world, but from its indifference. Joseph K., the protagonist of the trial, is accused of a crime that is never explained. He is investigated, judged, condemned, and never discovers what the accusation was. This seems absurd, but think about it. How many times have you felt judged without knowing why? How many times have you carried guilt, shame, or fear without being able to name where it came from? Kafka does not create characters. He reveals what is behind the mask of each of us. He shows the collapse of identity when confronted with a world that demands senseless obedience, soulless adaptation, and performance without authenticity. And the most unsettling part, these characters continue trying to fit in, even as everything crumbles around them. This is where Kafka touches on a deeply psychological and existential point. Human beings prefer the pain of routine to the pain of freedom. We prefer to keep pretending that we know who we are, that we have control, that we are on the right path, than to face the abyss of a question that many avoid their entire lives. What if I am nobody? But here is the twist. It is precisely in this collapse, in this emptiness, in this not knowing, that something new can